I have touched on this clock before. It's a fine Victorian slate and marble clock. I've got some work to do on it. I've done some already. You can see that the embellishments here have been removed. I've got to stick those on, and there's little pedestals that they have to sit on, but I've cleaned it up pretty well. I'm not dissatisfied with it, but it's going to have more work done to it. What I've got to do first, before I can do anything else, is repair this section in here and down there, and similarly this section in here and down there. Now I've been able to take this bottom panel off to expose the interior, and it again is a bit of a nightmare because I've got two sections here which are screwed in to the base, and two sections over here which need to be fixed in the base with some sort of epoxy resin. You can see that the lump here is okay. This one's entirely missing, and as I showed you before, there is sections above that which need filling, and also something between the top section and the bottom section here to seal it. It's not an easy job, and it's a bit of a disappointment to find that I've opened this up and I've still got another problem arising out of that. There's some strange hieroglyphics down here. Looks like an L, 3 and 6, but what on earth that means, I think it's probably the signature of somebody who made it. Right, now I'm going to mix some plaster of Paris, and I'm going to fill it in on this section here and this section here. I've got these fillers down there to help try and control the plaster of Paris. I've no idea how it's going to go. And these are some of the bits that came out of it when I took the clock when I took the clock for delivery, and it had received a couple of smacks on the ground and had broken the plaster there and there. I've cleaned those up so that when they rust, the rust will be fresh into the plaster and help to adhere to it. Well, I'll try some now. It'll probably just slop everywhere. No. Actually, it's looking pretty good. For what it's worth. Well, not much left, and I don't know how much you saw of that, or I'll be able to see, but I'll try and tidy this up. I think probably best do it later when it's settled in. I put it on this piece of MDF here, so that this section here is flat and on a flat surface with the back. It's easy. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the finish of these, but you can see that they are now pretty substantial, and if I put this up, we can have a look at it inside, which so far I haven't seen. I will now do so. Make sure that's on there securely. And now you can see inside there is a great slab of plaster of Paris there to hold it together, and you can see in there too that once again there is a great slab of plaster of Paris in there to hold it together. So I'm happy that that is done. I'll paint them black. I'm not sure if I'm going to chip away at them much. I didn't do this section down here, which I remarked about before, because I think I might do more damage in trying to remove the old plaster and replastering it than to leave it as it is. Didn't fall to pieces that time, so that was a relief. I secured these two pegs here, that one and that one, into their homes, the holes that they've got. These aren't particularly secure, but they're all right. With Gorilla Glue. It's modern, but it really holds it. So I'm going to replace this onto that section, so I can set this aside and then get the other old clock done. Now, I got those pins in the right place. They were flopping around before and they were a bit of a nightmare, but happily I've got them there, and you can see them there, and there. And I've just got to make sure that when I adjust that so that the screws upon which they fall are even all round. So that's a triumph as far as I'm concerned. I'll probably paint those black just to go in with matte black, replace these pilasters here, and then start blacking it up. Well, I've had a good look at it, and I'm using a rasp to take this down and smoothing it off. I've smoothed that one off there, and that's come out quite well. So I'm just going to do this one now, and it's quite easy. It finishes it off reasonably well, so it's tidy, and I can get the lumps down. And this one is now, perhaps you can see it, it is quite presentable. When I say presentable, it's finished off, and when I paint that black it'll look quite good. If you look at the other one on this side, yeah, you can see that it's very lumpy and not at all in a way that you could say it's finished. Let me see if I can get that round a little bit more. Right, so that's the second coat, and you can see, I think that it's okay. That'll polish up, I think, quite well. Polish will finish it off. So then next time I can start getting the little bits together and sorting it out. Right, more on.